Welcome to our channel Hindu Infidel. After spending a sleepless night, disheartened on the death of his sons and on the setback in the battle, King Dhritarashtra asked, Sanjaya, the sun is about to rise. What is the situation in the battlefield? Sanjaya replied, King, the Kaurava army has gathered under the command of our patriarch, the immeasurably souled Bhishma, in the form of Makara crocodile, and the Pandava army has gathered in the form of Saina hawk. With the sunrise, the raged warriors are rushing against each other with the desire of slaughtering their foe. Skilled in the science of weaponry, Bhima, along with his platoon, has infiltrated into our array and is in a duel with the mighty Bhishma. Following Bhima, Arjuna too has joined his brother and began to slaughter your army. Bhishma, with his entire prowess, is opposing both the brothers and their legions. Ignoring Bhishma's showers of arrows and without any concern towards their life, the Pandava troops are proceeding forward with a cheered heart yearning for victory. Vidura and the king. Bhishma singly can slay the entire Pandava army, but his heart is only in saving the Pandavas. Did my son see the massacre by Arjuna and Bhima? Asked concerned King Dhritarashtra. He did notice the battling of both the brothers. He has sent Dronacharya to defend Bhishma, but King Satyaki encountered him. Both of them are battling with the hope of slaying the other. Dronacharya's shafts pierced the shoulder joint of Satyaki. It appears like Drona might slay Satyaki today. Hope my sons reimburse to the Pandava army for slaying my sons yesterday. Excited to hear the news of death of a Mahabharata, especially the undefeatable King Satyaki. King Dhritarashtra, with cheered heart, listened to Sanjaya's words. Drona's shafts aimed towards Satyaki are destructed by Bhima. Bhima is rushing along with Sikandi to rescue King Satyaki under the protective shield of Abhimanyu and the 5 sons of Draupadi. Knowing that Bhishma would avoid fighting against Sikandi, remembering the feminineness, Drona is engaged in a duel with Sikandi, while Pithamaya is battling with Bhima. Oh! I can see Duryodhana approaching Bhishma with a vast division of army. Did Bhishma and my son succeeded in ceasing the Pandava army from breaking the array? Inquired King Dhritarashtra with distress. Bhishma, for the sake of your sons, is fighting hard-heartedly. Every single twang of his bow's string is roaring like thunder. Oh! I see Arjuna rushing towards Pithamaya, and I believe that's why the Pandava troops aren't terrified on witnessing the prowess of Bhishma. Just like clouds pouring rain, Arjuna's arrows are showering in all directions, slaying everyone in his path. Kaurava army, horrified on beholding Arjuna's mightiness, is running towards Bhishma for shelter. There's no way to vanquish Arjuna, especially when Krishna is with him. What happened, Sanjaya? Delay not, urged King Dhritarashtra. O king, indeed Arjuna is unconquerable. But in order to stop Arjuna, Duryodhana is sending a vast division of army under Duryodhana. The platoon is comprised with 14,000 knights. King Jayadratha and the kings of Kalingas, and also the Maharathas of Kalinga division. They all proceed along with King Salya for battling against Arjuna. But Arjuna, beholding them, with the help of his celestial Gandiva, is showering 10,000s and even greater number of arrows, and without even turning back to see who is alive, he is riding past the spot towards Bhishma. It's magnificent to look at Arjuna and his prowess. Arjuna's prowess, all the time. Annoyed on listening to Sanjaya praising Arjuna, King Dhritarashtra said, Arjuna's prowess is known to all. Tell me what happened next. What about my sons? What about King Yudhishthira and other kings and the foremost Kshatriyas? Witnessing Arjuna, the Pandava army is fighting with cheered heart. Bhishma is combating against Arjuna with a vast platoon. King Yudhishthira, along with the UPA Pandavas, is engaged in battling with King Salya and his troops, whereas King Jayadratha is in a duel with Bhima. Your son, the mighty Vikarna, is battling against Sadeva, while Chitrasena is engaged in battling with Sikandi. I see Kripakarya and Kritavarman battling with Drishtadyumna. Duryodhana, along with evil-minded Sagyani, is fighting with the Matched troops while Dronacharya and Aswathama are in a combat with Satyaki, King Drupada and King Chekatana. Heroic Nakula is singly slaughtering the Rathas and Maharathas of the Trigarthas. Explain Sanjaya about the proceedings in the battlefield. O king, because of your greediness towards the throne and your son who is tarnished by wickedness, the whole of Kurukshetra battlefield is filled with slain bodies of archers, knights, foot soldiers, kshatriyas, steeds, huge elephants, charioteers, elephant riders, broken chariots, and flags of different kingdoms of the world. After slaying their foe, the warriors are looking for another warrior to slay. Vanquishing Vikarna, Satyava is proceeding towards King Sagyani and Aluka. Sakandi and King Virata are rushing to support Arjuna. Witnessing Duryodhana and Duchadana slaying the Matched troops, Rage Bhima is rushing to defend his warriors. Vikarna has joined Kurukshetra, along with King Jayadratha. Seeing this, Arjuna is proceeding to rescue his generalissimo Drishtadyumna, and seeing Arjuna, Dronacharya too joined the trio, Vikarna, Kurukshetra, and King Jayadratha. Satyaki and Abhimanyu came to defend King Yudhishthira and are battling with King Salya, while King Yudhishthira is crushing your army's elephant division, King Yudhishthira's legion, against the elephant warriors. It's noon. The field must be scorching hot. The sky is also clear. Did the warriors take rest? It must be hard for them to battle continuously for 5 days. Worried the king. Indeed, O king, the warriors did take frequent intervals, unable to bear the scorching sun and the heat from the battlefield. But that did not cease the rage and the need for battle. Exploiting the difficulty of the warriors, Bhishma is slaying the Panchalas and the Samakas of the Pandava troops. Bhima, raged on witnessing the slaughter, proceeds towards the patriarch. But Bhima's rage was not enough to battle against Bhishma. Bhishma, with a single dart, broke the bow of Bhima. Excellent. None can stand against the experience and talent of Pithamaya. Did Bhishma slay him, or at least seize him? Will the battle end by today with my son's victory? Asked motivated King Dhritarashtra. Satyaki is battling with Bhishma now. He came to rescue Bhima. But Bhishma, with a single dart, slew the charioteer of Satyaki, and as a result, the steeds are running without control. Drishtadyumna and King Virata, along with the troops of Panchalas and Samakas, witnessing Bhishma open the battle, are rushing against him with rage. Joining Dronacharya, Bhishma is battling furiously against the Panchala warriors. I can hear the resonances of Gandiva. Arjuna is battling with someone so fiercely. Who is it, Sanjaya? Who is encountering the mighty archer, Arjuna? Asked tense King Dhritarashtra. Aswathama, O king. Aswathama is engaged in a duel with Arjuna. Indeed, Aswathama is not less talented than Arjuna. Aswathama's darts pierce the armor of Arjuna in the chest. He is also attacking Krishna. He is battling like an elephant that is out of control. Arjuna is raged on witnessing Aswathama attacking Krishna. I am unable to notice the darts sped by Arjuna from his Gandiva, such as his speed and perfectness in aim. Even Aswathama failed to notice it. The dart has pierced his chest and his armor is drenched in blood. Like a lightning, Arjuna's next dart broke the bow of Aswathama. Aswathama, still standing bold and courageous, taking another bow, started aiming for Arjuna's heart. But Arjuna broke that bow too, said Sanjaya. "O Krishna, this Aswathama, son of my guru, is talented in archery, just like me. But his rage is blocking his decision to aim correctly. Though I have vanquished him now, I don't intend to slay him, for he is cared and loved a lot by Guru Dronacharya. I don't like to hurt the feelings of Dronacharya. Ride the chariot away from him." Saying so, Arjuna ceased battling with Aswathama. Knowing that Aswathama cannot be slain, Krishna too rode the chariot away from Aswathama. Facing Arjuna approaching towards them, your warriors started fleeing in all directions. Sanjaya thus uttered the duel between Aswathama and Arjuna. The respect Arjuna has got for Dronacharya and Aswathama is phenomenal, Where did Arjuna go then? Asked King Dhritarashtra. The whole of battlefield is filled with warriors excited in rage and desire to slay. Your son, Duryodhana, is engaged in a duel with Bhima. It appears like there's no end for this duel as both of them are battling, applying all their years of skills and talents. The undefeatable Chitrasena is battling against the mighty Abhimanyu, Parumithra, and Satyavrat. Chitrasena is battling with ease, but yet he is able to defend those three heroic warriors. He struck Abhimanyu in the chest with his gold-winged arrow. Though wounded, Abhimanyu, standing indifferent, struck Chitrasena with force. Both the sons of those mighty foremost archers of the world seem to share the talents, skill, intelligence, and science of weaponry of their father. Splendid it is to see those young bloods filled with talent. As Sanjaya was explaining about the duel, King Dhritarashtra and Gandhari felt proud and at the same time felt sad, as those young ones are supposed to be enjoying the wealth of their father, but instead they are battling against each other, all because of them. Though noticing the depression in the king's face, Sanjaya kept continuing about the duel. Oh, I can see your grandson Lakshmana coming to rescue Chitrasena, along with his platoon. Abhimanyu encountered Lakshmana, and he is welcoming your grandson with showers of arrows. The duel between your grandsons is fierce, just like their father's duel. Though talented, Lakshmana is no match to Abhimanyu's prowess. Abhimanyu slew the steeds of Lakshmana's chariot, and also the charioteer. Oh, mighty Abhimanyu! He just broke the wheels of Lakshmana's chariot with just 3 sharp darts. Though standing on a grounded chariot, unafraid Lakshmana still keeps showering arrows at Abhimanyu. Kripakarya is rushing towards Abhimanyu, and in a wink of an eye, Lakshmana ascended Kripakarya's chariot, and they absconded from the eyes and pointy arrows of Abhimanyu. Mighty hero Abhimanyu, that child has got the talents of both Krishna and Arjuna. How about other warriors, Sanjaya? It's evening and the warriors must be real tired and exhausted, fighting all day and also in witnessing their beloved one's death. Asked the king. King, the warriors do seem exhausted, but they all are eager to earn their victory. The Pandava army is slaughtering our warriors with cheered heart. King Satyaki is slaughtering your soldiers by showering innumerable pointy darts. Witnessing Satyaki's prowess, King Duryodhana sent 10,000 foremost chariots against Satyaki, but the heroic Satyaki, with the help of his mighty bow, invoked a celestial weapon and slew all those 10,000 warriors, along with their charioteers and steeds. Said Sanjaya, amazed at the feat of Satyaki. My son has got the greater number of warriors in his side. His army is filled with immeasurably souled and undefeatable heroic warriors like Pithamaha, Dronacharya, Aswathama, Kripakarya, Bhagadatta, Karna, Duryodhana, and many more. Yet the Pandavas, with their few warriors, are slaughtering my army. Why is it that my son, even after having everything needed to win the war, is losing? Asked depressed King Dhritarashtra. O king, this defeat is the fruit of the poisonous tree that you and your son grew in the palace, the tree of greediness towards the throne, and also the result of your ill doings to the sons of Pandu. Worrying now is not going to change anything unless you convince your son and stop the battle and give the share to the Pandavas. The feat achieved by Satyaki in these 5 days is really fierce. I see King Bhurisravas approaching against Satyaki by showering thousands and thousands of pointy arrows at him. Unable to withstand the brutal attack of Bhurisravas, the soldiers under Satyaki ran in all directions, whereas Satyaki and his 10 sons alone stood for the battle against Bhurisravas. The combat is fierce, and the sons of Satyaki are covering Bhurisravas with pointy arrows. But the mighty Bhurisravas, singly opposing all those mighty warriors, cut off the arrows approaching him, and also with his gold-winged arrows, broke their bows and slew their steeds. With 1,000 arrows, Bhurisravas slew the 10 sons of Satyaki, their charioteers, and broke their chariots into pieces. Witnessing the death of his sons, Satyaki started assaulting Bhurisravas with rage. They both broke each other's chariots, slew their foe's charioteer, and even after standing on ground, they ceased not to fight. The soldiers surrounding them are beginning to think that they both will not cease until their foe is slayed. It must be hard for Satyaki to witness the death of his sons. Bhurisravas too is a mighty hero, and I personally feel proud of having him on my son's side. What happened then, Sanjaya? The sun is also about to set, asked King Dhritarashtra. Witnessing the heroic warriors battling fiercely, Duryodhana came to rescue Bhurisravas, and in the meantime, Bhima too came rushing to defend Satyaki, and they drove those warriors away from each other. Witnessing the duel, both the army, excited and thinking that their side was on the verge of victory, begun to attack their foe with all their mightiness. The battlefield is filled with the shouts of the warriors, clangs of the swords and javelins, and roars of the animals. The sun is about to set, but Arjuna is still fierce and raged. With his scorching pointy darts, he slew 25,000 Rathas like lightning, said amazed Sanjaya, and continued, though Bhishma saw the prowess of Arjuna. Witnessing twilight approaching, he blew his conch and commanded the army to withdraw for the day. The Pandavas too blew their conches. The 5th day of war ended, making sure that the battle continues tomorrow. Though both the sides fought fierce, it's tough to say who won the day. Nodding in acceptance, King Dhritarashtra said, "Indeed, Sanjaya." Though Bhishma fought with all his mightiness, Abhimanyu and Satyaki too fought with the same prowess. Not to forget Arjuna, who vanquished the Swathama. Hope Duryodhana has got a better plan for tomorrow's battle.